So today we're going to hear from the MV, Motorcycling Victoria's CEO, Wayne Holdsworth. We're going to hear from the official Check Your Mates Rider Ambassador, Mark Grove. And we're also going to hear from Doug Fryer, the Assistant Commissioner for Road Policing Command. So I'd like to welcome Motorcycling Victoria's CEO, Wayne Holdsworth up.
Thank you. Thanks, Peter. I'd just like to endorse your comments. This is an absolutely fantastic initiative. And Motorcycling Victoria, probably about 2 years ago, had as its mantra to manage the safety of its competitors. And it was decided at a meeting, a strategic planning meeting, that wasn't good enough, that we needed to extend our safety messages well past our competitors and members particularly, and that we should also look at all recreational riding as well, and we included that in our constitution. And subsequently, we've been involved with programs to increase the awareness of safety and mitigate the risk of our members out there, whether that be in competition or whether that be recreational. And this program, the Check Your Mates program, certainly fits beautifully with that. This safety-focused campaign is designed to give trail bike riders the information that they need to make safe riding choices and raise awareness about the impact of trail bike trauma on individuals and the community. This campaign was developed with input from numerous motorcycling clubs. We're very keen always to get the input from people at grassroots level that are actually this is going to impact. And in partnership with Vic Roads, Gippsland Road Safe community groups, ourselves, and very importantly, VicPol, the Check Your Mates includes a range of promotional material that highlights the importance of safety and how trail bike riders can easily comply with legislation and ride responsibly. Some facts and data that we obviously, as a state sporting association, need to look at and then work on addressing are that trail bike riders make up more than 30% of all motorcycle related trauma in Victoria, which is something we don't often talk about and we certainly don't talk enough about in the community. Motorcycling trauma in Gippsland alone is nearly double that of the state average. In Gippsland, 25% of motorcycle road trauma occurs on roads managed by DELWP. Around 60% of Gippsland trail bike rider death and serious injuries occur in Bauble. The Neerim East crashes on DELWP roads in Gippsland have increased by 40% every year within the 5-year period between 2010 and 14. We have to do something about that. We must act responsibly and do something about mitigating that risk and reducing that number. These are extraordinary statistics, obviously for all the wrong reasons. The Check Your Mates program will give riders the information they need to make informed choices and reinforce the fact that legislation applies just as much out in the bush as it does on any conventional road. At the end of the day, the social, financial and individual impact associated with trail bike trauma is just as devastating as the impact of any motorcycle or motor vehicle trauma. This program that we've collaborated with Vic Roads and also VicPol is crucial to ensuring that those figures drop. And I'd like to acknowledge Vic Roads for providing the Community Road Safety Grant, and particularly Lana Rees for the work that she has done around that. I'd like to acknowledge Road Safe Gippsland for initiating and auspicing the Trail Bike Safety Program, and particularly Dan Hilton from Victoria Police for the amount of work and contribution that he's put into this program. It's certainly well and above the port of call. And finally, Peter Thomas, who is our Inclusion and Participation Manager for Motorcycling Victoria. I'm not sure where this fits in with that, Peter, but you find time for these sort of things and we really all appreciate it. So thank you. That's about all I'd like to say, other than congratulating everyone and everybody that has been involved in Check Your Mates program. This is an initiative that is being put together collaboratively, which normally is the way in which things work successfully, and we're very, very proud to be a part of it.
Good morning, everyone. I'm pretty excited to be standing here. It's a pleasure to be part of this program and to have been asked to come in this morning and say a few things about my thoughts and experiences on and off the motorbike. I've always been around motorbikes growing up, with my parents owning 1,000 acres up in northern Victoria. We were lucky enough to be able to be on a bike sort of and go out whenever we wanted. I started racing motocross when I was 12 and did so for about 17 years. It was only last year we changed disciplines and moved into the off-road scene. The only way to get exposure to the natural experiences in enduro was to venture out and immerse myself in the bush. I soon realised I had to rely on my mates for this to show me the way, as it was all new to me. I put complete trust in them to be my eyes up ahead, as to keep us safe, as they'd put their trust in me to watch their back, whilst we were out there riding. It was always good to moderate our riding to suit the group whilst going through these different terrains, as you can come across some challenging tracks out there. This is what Check Your Mates is all about, keeping each other safe every time you head out there for a ride. I have a young family of 3 and I want to return to them and my wife after every time I head out there. I'm sure everyone here has someone that they want to return to as well. That's why we all need to be smart and share the road, and sharing the road out in the bush is important to follow the rules that keep us safe and to protect the image of our sport. If everyone is on the same page with these rules, then hopefully motorbikes can be around for a very long time. I'd love my kids to be able to grow up and have just as much fun out in the bush as I do, and I'm sure anyone here that goes out there and rides. It really is a good experience to be able to get out there and feel that freedom to be able to get out there. That's about it. I'd just like to thank everyone that makes it possible to get these Check Your Mates out there. Hopefully it can put to some good use, and some media coverage can get it out there, and everything can turn around and put some good exposure back onto motorbikes.
Can I just thank everybody for being part of this? So, Motorcycle Victoria, Victoria Police, Vic Roads, TAC have got a part in this, DELP. It's really important that the message that Mark has said and that Wayne has said gets out to the broader community. So it's really clear that the roads and the legitimate roads and the laws that sit behind them don't stop the bitumen. As soon as you get into the bush and into the dirt, it's important that we continue to ride safely and that we do look after our mates, and we understand that the road laws and the road rules apply there just as much as they do in the CBD. So we do want our riders to be registered, we want them to be licensed, we want them to have the right gear on. So if they do come off, they're going to get home safe. As Mark said, very important that everyone gets home safely. 23,000 registered motorbikes in Victoria. It's a big number. It's a legitimate sport, it's an enjoyable sport, and we need to probably work more together to make sure that our systems and our safe systems approach really is as best as it can be. So for me, the 4 pillars of road safety need to be applied as much as they do off-road as they do on. So we do need our safer vehicles or bikes, but our safer riders, our safer roads and safer speeds. We know what the speeds are in the bush. We need to ride sensibly whilst we're up there. So can I just really applaud the initiative, absolutely endorse this initiative. We need to do more around ensuring our riders are safe. 30% of trauma that happens for motorcycles happens off-road, as Wayne said. It's a hidden toll, we don't talk about it. We've had 34 motorcycle riders die this year. At the same time last year it was 16. Thankfully none of those have been off-road, but I can guarantee there's a whole heap of hidden trauma with people laying in hospital from off-road trauma. So we need to bring this front and centre, talk about it more. And you know what, it's not just the motorbikes up there in the State Forest and DELWP, it's the four-wheel drives that go up there with their big 35-inch muddies and things like that. They can be very, very dangerous to riders, so it's around shared responsibility, it's around respect for each other in the bush, both riders and drivers, around staying safe. So thanks for the initiative. Thank you, Peter, for pulling all of this together. Ride safe. Thank you.